Namaste, Dr. Dilwa Matlani here. Welcome you all in the session of Mental Health Practitioner course. Today we are going to understand about the anxiolytics, which is called as anti-anxiety drugs as well. So let's start to understand it. So what are anxiolytics? Anxiolytics are medications that can treat anxiety symptoms. Medications with this effect span several different drug classes, including medications that mainly treat other conditions. Anxiolytics combines two root words from ancient Greek anxio, meaning the anxiety, and lytic, means to loosen. So these medications loosen anxiety's hold on you. So some experts also refer to them as the anti-anxiety medications. So what are the types of anxiolytics? Many different types of drugs have anxiolytics effects. These include first one called as the antidepressants. Another antihistamines, azapirons, barbiturates, which is actually no longer used for anxiety. Another, it is benzodiazepines, beta blockers, non-benzodiazepines, also known as the Z drugs. Another, sedative hypnotics. So how do anxiolytics work? Because there are so many different types of anxiolytics, there are actually also multiple ways that reduce the anxiety. These ways break down into a few different categories. The first one, it is called as the decreased cell activity. Some drugs to tell the certain cells to activate. So benzodiazepines and non-benzodiazepines and barbiturates are the example of this. They activate a process that make your body releases the gamma aminobutyric acid, which is the GABA, the short form, which is also a neurotransmitter, okay, which reduces the nervous system activity and helps to reduce the anxiety. And then the decreased cell activity. So beta blockers are an example of this. Slowly down activity in your sympathetic nervous system. Slow reabsorption of neurotransmitters. Some drugs keep your body from reabsorbing certain neurotransmitters. That means you have more than of those neurotransmitters available. Antidepressants have this effect on neurotransmitters like serotonin and norepinephrine. Some medications can have multiple effects. And also the azapiron drugs, which is also, and the antihistamine drugs, hydroxyzine, are the example of this. They can increase the activity in certain cells and decrease it in others. So what conditions do anxiolytics treat? So anxiolytics actually, the medications of anxiety disorders, which include several conditions. They can also treat conditions that have the similarities to anxiety disorders. The possible conditions that may involve anxiolytics as treatment include but are not limited to the following. Another, it is called as the generalized anxiety disorder, panic disorder, specific phobia, agoraphobia, post-traumatic stress disorder, which is also called as the PTSD. Some drugs with anxiolytic effects mainly treat other conditions but also see off-label use for anxiety. Off-label prescribing is a legal practice where healthcare providers prescribe drugs for reason other than the approved use. This is medically acceptable and justify the drug has a known helpful effect and low risk of harmful side effects. Another, the beta blockers are an example of this as well. They mainly treat the heart and circulatory issues, but providers often prescribe them off-label to certain types of anxiety. So what are the risks and benefits of it? So what are the potential benefits of anxiolytic drugs? There are many potential advantages and benefits to anxiolytics. We are going to understand it as well. So research and study history in this, anxiety is a common condition. So anxiolytics have been a part of focus of that study and research for decades. That means healthcare providers have a great understanding of prescribing and using them safely and effectively. Variety of medications and medications types as well. One of the biggest advantages of anxiolytics medication is that so many different drugs have this effect. This means if one drug doesn't work, there are other options as well. So if may take some trial and error, but generally it's possible to find a medication or a combination of medications that work for you. So contributions to other treatment approaches, anxiolytics can also make other types of mental health treatments for anxiety more effective. When used together, anxiolytics and mental health therapy, the technical term is psychotherapy, typically have a much higher success rate for managing anxiety and related issues. So what does it mean? That if you're combining these two things, for example, the medications, the counseling with the psychotherapy, it will have a huge, great effect on the people, on the participants as well. Potential to improve quality of life and well-being. It's also beneficial to treat anxiety in general. Anxiety is a condition that can greatly disrupt also your life to reduce the quality of life as well. So having anxiety can disrupt your ability to work and have the relationship issues as well, and also the insomnia as well. So anxiety can have the factor that contributes to several factors, including the chronic conditions in which called as Alzheimer's disease, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, the COPDs, cognitive impairment and dementia, depression, diabetes, heart attack and the heart disease as well. Hypothyroidism, Parkinson's disease, which can be just heard in the previous era, but nowadays it becomes more and more. So because of this, treating is a very important role for anxiety to restoring and to managing the overall physical and mental health well-being. So what are the possible disadvantages and the side effects of anxiolytic drugs with the complications in it? So again, I would suggest that depending on the medication, anxiolytics can have the side effects, complications and possible drawbacks. If you are taking it, kindly take under the guidance of your doctor first, of your health provider, and after that you can consult it. So what are the disadvantages? There are a lot of disadvantages. Variable effectiveness. No two people are exactly alike when it comes to the medication affects them. So in which some people may get good results from one and others won't. So get any benefit from it. So sometimes means it take a little longer to find a drug that helps you because it's a kind of trial and error method. Addiction potential. Some anxiolytics have no prescription restrictions. Other are depending on a location, tightly controlled and regulated. Benzodiazepines and non-benzodiazepines, which can habit of forming, have the potential for misuse and carry a risk of overdose. So for reasons, some anxiolytics are recommended for short-term use. Another is the interactions. Anxiolytics may affect many body systems, not just your nervous system. So these potential for interactions may vary widely depending on the medications you take. Many of these drugs also interact with alcohol. So if you take certain anxiolytics, drinking alcohol either not recommended, dangerous, and it is both. So obviously you should take care of it and also talk to your healthcare provider about the supplements, about the drugs before you start taking them to be sure they don't interact with your medications as well. Another part of it that the side effects in which anxiolytics often make you feel tired, you will feel sleepy, drowsy as well. So slow your reaction times. This means that driving, operating machinery or engaging in other activities while you take them is unsafe. Another, it is called as other anxiolytics such as beta blockers can affect the other organs like your heart. Because of that, your health care provider may recommend avoiding certain anxiolytic drugs. So this is all about the anti-anxiety medications called as anxiolytics. I hope you have understood it in a very well manner. Thank you everyone for joining it.